Sagittarius, welcome to your monthly horoscope for October 2023. In this video, we will be getting into all of the energy that you will be experiencing through the month of October. Now, coming into the month, we are officially in eclipse season. We will be having our first solar eclipse in Libra right here in your 11th house, and we will be having our final lunar eclipse in Taurus right here in your 6th house, closing out this Taurus Scorpio axis that we've been moving through with the nodes and the eclipses since February of 2022. So we will be getting into all of that energy. Now, we have the sun in Libra here in your 11th house. When we have the sun transiting our birth chart, the sun is bringing light into a specific area of our life. The 11th house represents friends and friendships, online connections, social groups, social media, humanitarian pursuits. So there can be a lot of focus with these themes and topics and in this area of life. Coming into the month, we also have a Mars moving through your 11th house. So there can be quite a lot of focus here. Mars is actually not Mars, Libra. The Libra energies are quite prominent this month. So for you throughout the month of October, there can be a lot of focus with these 11th house themes and topics. Now, your chart ruler, Jupiter, is currently retrograde, and you tend to feel Jupiter retrograde a little bit more intensely than the other signs because Jupiter is your chart ruler. And so anyone that would have a lot of Sagittarian energy is definitely going to be feeling that Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter is going to be retrograde until December 30th, and Jupiter ruling our belief systems, our faith, our optimism. This can be a time where you're maybe struggling in those areas, maybe losing faith or optimism, or having a hard time being optimistic with a certain direction you're moving in or with certain areas of life. On October 4th, we will have Mercury entering Libra here, so bringing more energy to the 11th house. And then on October 8th, we are going to have Venus right here enter Virgo in your 10th house of career and public reputation. So once we have Venus move into Virgo, we have something called mutual reception between Venus and Mercury being in a Venus ruled sign and Venus being in a Mercury ruled sign. So there is something with these 10th and 11th house themes and topics that you may be meshing together. There's something being integrated within these areas of life. The 10th house representing your career, your public reputation, the 11th house representing online connections, social media, friends and friendships. So there can definitely be something that you are working together, maybe even two. I mean, this can definitely show up with some sort of online business or online pursuit. October 10th, we have Pluto stationing direct here in your 2nd house of money, finances, and material possessions. Now, the interesting thing about this Pluto station is we will have this square between Mars and Pluto, and this can feel quite intense. This is definitely a period of time where we want to be watching for just this, Pluto really brings what is beneath the surface to light so that we can address it, we can move through it, we can transmute that energy and transform. And so this is a period of time around the 10th of October where something may be showing up for you. I mean, it can have to do with those online connections, friendships, social groups, and money, because Pluto is in money, or Pluto is in money. Pluto is in your money house. But Pluto also rules your 12th house of isolation, self-undoing, self-sabotaging behaviors, patterns. So that's definitely something you want to watch for around this time. And then on October 12th, we will have Mars enter Scorpio here in your 12th house. Now, Mars ruling our motivation, willpower, and drive, entering your 12th house. This can be a period of time where there's maybe some challenge or struggles in that area. Maybe you're having a little bit, lack of energy or having a hard time really getting that motivation to get up and do the thing. So this can be something that you're moving through once we reach the middle of October to the end of October too, because eventually once we reach the second to last week of October, we have a lot of this energy here in Libra shift into Scorpio. But remember too that 12th house also represents, it's also a very spiritual house. So this can be also a period of time where your focus shifts to your spiritual practice, your intuition, your energy, your frequency, your vibration, and maybe you're taking more care of those aspects of yourself and raising your frequencies, raising your vibrations. But we do at the same time want to watch for those self-undoing behaviors. And then October 14th, we have our solar eclipse in Libra at 21 degrees here in your 11th house. Now, this is the first eclipse we are having in Libra since the nodes have entered Aries and Libra. We had our very first solar eclipse in Aries back April 20th of this year, 2023, which really initiated us into this new nodal eclipse journey, because we had the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio from February 2022 to July of 2023. And so there's new energies coming in where we have the nodes and eclipses taking place in our birth chart. This really indicates major changes in these areas of life. So this solar eclipse in Libra is really bringing new energies in, whether it has to do with friends or friendships. Remember, the south node is in Libra. There's a releasing, there's letting something go, and something can be brought to your attention around that time or around this time, but also energies coming in to help you get an understanding of what needs to be released and let go. And also keep in mind that eclipse energy plays out anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending on how long the eclipse is. And then October 19th, 20th, and 21st, we have Mercury and the Sun traveling together. For 25 degrees, 26 degrees, and 27 degrees here, the Sun and Mercury will kind of be traveling together. This is the Mercury Cazimi. Now, this is where you can get some really sudden insight. This can be, information, a conversation. Remember, it's Mercury. Mercury also rules your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and close personal connections, and your 10th house of career and public reputation. So there can be something in these areas of life where there's information showing up for you around these themes and topics. And this can almost be like an aha moment, even if it's a conversation, or this can even show up listening to music and certain lyrics standing out to you, and you're like, oh, I get it. When you have those moments, this can definitely show up in this way. So pay attention to your intuitive downloads at this time and certain messages, intuitive messages throughout the day. This would be a great day to journal. And then on October 22nd, we have Mercury entering Scorpio. And then October 23rd, we are going to have the Sun enters Scorpio here. So see how all of this Libra energy we are moving through at the beginning of the month then shifts to Scorpio. So now we have the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio in your 12th house. So again, the Sun representing our life force energy. This can be a time where maybe you are isolating a little bit more. You're going within. You're not wanting to socialize as much. Mercury, this can really be an energy of just reflection, sitting with energies, a lack of motivation, lack of, because, the 12th house does suppress energy. So there can be a little bit of a struggle come the end of the month when it has to do with motivation, willpower, and drive, and really just a time to be kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself if you're not having, or if you're not getting that motivation to get up and do the thing. You have a lot of energy kind of transiting your 12th house, which eventually will pass once we once we get into November. And then October 28th, we are going to have our final lunar eclipse in Taurus at 5 degrees here. So don't pay attention to this 2 degrees. It's right here at 5 degrees in your 6th house of work, health, and daily routine. Now, this is a finalizing of energies. Whatever you've been moving through since February 2022, when it has to do with your work, your health, your daily routine, pets, work routines, employees, and endings of, I mean, it can really be endings of anything. The 12th house represents endings, the subconscious. It's a very spiritual house. There's a lot of releasing and letting go because we had that south node there. So whatever energies you've been moving through in these areas of life, this is a finalizing of that energy, a final understanding, a final knowing. So it's quite beautiful. If you think back to February 2022, what has all really changed in these areas of life? New routines, maybe something changing at work. This is also nutrition habits, your health. So if you think, what has changed over the last year and a half, there's more energy showing up to close this out, to give you a better understanding on, next steps in this brand new direction that you've been working on and moving through since February of 2022. Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helps you move through the energy for October. If you align with my energy and enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will connect with you in the next one.